Rockstar Gang, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Welcome, man. Nah, Julian, that's not new. I've had that one for a while, actually. It's time for a new one, honestly. It's time for a new one. I'm gonna have to work on something here soon. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate everyone. Need a haircut too, by the way. Need a haircut. Watching this Pittsburgh game, waiting for that to come on here shortly. I don't know about you guys. Man, I feel like this, I came on this live tonight to talk about Bryce Young versus the Chiefs, and I feel like this is such a huge game for Bryce Young. I have such it's such a huge game for the kid. Right? Whether you believe it in him or not, it's a massive game for Bryce Young. All right. It's a massive game. Let me share my screen real quick. Give me 1 second here. All right. Where's it at? Actually, I'll just use this. Why is this taking me forever? Wake up, Clay. Wake it up, Clay. Yeah, this is a massive game, ladies and gentlemen. Let me share my screen. Let me do this. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. As normal. So, yeah, I mean, this is a massive game. All right. You see the title, Bryce Young versus the Chiefs, a legacy game. Or is it a lesson of humility? Okay. Now, Bryce Young is here's the thing that y'all got to understand. The reason why I'm talking about this is because we're about to step into the NFL equivalent of a heavyweight bout. Not Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, more like Evander Holy, more like Ali and Frazier. Okay. Maybe not Ali and Frazier. Maybe it's more like, think of like a good fight where one is like heavily favored, but one that could sneak away with this. I'm trying to think of a fight. If someone could give me something equivalent to that. All right. If someone could give me something equivalent to that, right? Because when you think about it, when you think about this, okay, we're the scrappy underdog who might not make it past the first round, right? In this heavyweight bout, the Kansas City Chiefs are prime Mike Tyson. They're coming off I wouldn't even say it's a rare loss. It wasn't a bad loss. They lost to a good team. The Buffalo Bills are a very strong team. A lot stronger than I think a lot of people give them credit for. A lot of people going into this season didn't think that Josh Allen would cut it with that wide receiver core they got. Their defense was banged up, and they've made it work. Their offensive line's like top 5, top 10 every single week, like Carolina's. So the Kansas City Chiefs, when I say is it a rare loss? Kind of, sort of, but they lost to a good team. You go look at who the Buffalo Bills are, right? And yeah, and if you go look at who the Buffalo Bills are, right? David versus Goliath, that'll work. I was just trying to come up with like a good boxing match or a UFC match, but I couldn't think of anything right now. Couldn't think of anything. So when I say this, though, when we talk about this, they're probably itching to unload their frustration on us. The Kansas City Chiefs are, or on someone. And sadly, Carolina is that next victim. They're next in line. Meanwhile, you got Bryce Young, who's riding this bit of momentum, right? We've seen this progression, right? We've seen his progress. And with the Panthers stringing together 2 wins back to back, coming off the bye week, signs of life on this offense. But momentum doesn't count for much when you're watching facing Patrick Mahomes and a Chiefs defense that's eating rookie quarterbacks for breakfast, maybe besides Bo Nix, which Bo Nix didn't look too bad against them. They had that game won, actually. And they let it slide, in my opinion. They let it slide, in my opinion. But we talked about it the other day. Is Bryce Young improving? We talked all about that. Do we have a snowball chance in hell in this game? And that's the thing. They are on the right track. Like, Carolina is on the right track. Like I said, Bryce Young is showing progress. What's up, Dumbo Smith? What up, Kendall? What up, Earl Locklear in the chat? Roadmaster, Julian, Marcos Cash in the chat. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Again, do me a favor. The best thing you can do is please make sure you pound that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. You know what I mean? But again, but we're riding this high, and this game has the makings of a defining moment for Bryce Young, or it's going to be a humbling experience for Bryce Young. Is this where he begins carving out his legacy? I think this is a legacy game. That's why I named it what it is. But it is also a game, which could be where he learns how brutal the NFL is. But I feel like he already has after last season and start of this season, right? This guy, Bryce Young, is under a microscope, whether y'all want to believe that or not at this point. He's under a microscope. What's up, Marcos? What's up, Corey? But I mean, at the end of the day, man, like, this kid is under a microscope, and he's had his moments this season. Like a couple of crisp throws. He had some flashes, and he's showing some poise that has as to why we drafted him first overall. We've seen some of that of those signs, right? Even some signs that he's starting to, I feel like, adapt to the speed of the NFL. And it just took him longer. But let's be honest, that was his rookie campaign. We're in the sophomore campaign, and we're starting to still see some of that rookie stuff still. It's been a mixed bag at best, if that makes sense. Okay. And for every perfectly placed ball, there's been a boneheaded mistake, whether it's an interception or causing his own sack when he's trying to avoid the pressure, right? Or not stepping up in the pocket early enough. But that's the reality of being in the situation that Bryce Young is in as a quarterback, right? As a quarterback. Now, tomorrow we're going to tomorrow I'm going to be breaking down this game piece by piece. I'm going to be breaking this game down piece by piece. But see, here's the thing. He's going up against a Chiefs defense that thrives on exploiting exactly those kinds of mistakes. Steve Spagnuolo of the Kansas City Chiefs defensive coordinator is a master at designing those chaoses for Bryce Young. The blitzes come from every direction. Okay. Coverages, disguises, that they disguise themselves as something else entirely. Like, and by the time you figure out what's happening, it's already too late. Like for Bryce, this game will be less about making flashy plays. It's more about surviving the onslaught, right? If Young can keep his composure, right? Make a few key throws, right? Under pressure, it'll show he's making real progress. But if he keeps getting rattled early, and let's face it, that's a real possibility. It could turn into one of those nightmare games where nothing goes right in either way. This is going to be the hell of a test. I feel like this game for Carolina is just such bad timing in the season. If we would have played the Chiefs earlier, I would have been much, much more confident of being competitive, or much more confident in maybe being a spoiler. Like if we weren't coming off a bye and they just lost to the Buffalo Bills, maybe there did that in my mind. I would think that we have a lot better chance than we do right now. Like they lost to the Buffalo Bills, man. They didn't lose to some small ass team that's a nobody, right? They lost to the Buffalo Bills. Nobody to really like hang your hat on, ladies and gentlemen. That's nobody to hang your hat on. Like, man, I lost to the Buffalo Bills. I mean, that's a good fucking team. The Buffalo Bills are a really good team. And they're playoff contenders right now. They're playoff contenders. So for me, it's like this game. I just, when I break it down even more tomorrow, I just feel like it's bad timing. It's like I said, the Chiefs losing to Buffalo last week is probably the worst thing that could have happened to Carolina. Worst thing that could have happened to Carolina. I'm dead ass. And the reason why I say that is because when you think about it, all right, they lost to the Buffalo Bills last week. The worst thing that could have happened for us. Patrick Mahomes had one of his sloppiest games in recent memory I've had. He really hasn't played. I really don't think we've seen the best of Patrick Mahomes this season. Really. He's struggling. Why that is, I don't know why. But Andy Reid is such a good head coach, and Spagnuolo is such a good defensive coordinator. They have pulled these wins out of their butts if you go watch these games. All right. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream on this Wednesday night. Again, my schedule has changed, everyone. So whoever's in here now, this is the time of day I'm going to be going live from now on, Monday through Friday. I might be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Might be my schedule, but I'm trying to fit in Wednesday. Wednesday has just been, this week has been crazy, but still getting content out to you. Post up a couple shorts yesterday. I'm going to be live tomorrow. Post up a couple more shorts this weekend. Posted up a short today about my NFL week 12 picks. If you haven't checked that out, go right ahead. Go check it out. Posted up my NFL week 12 picks. I'm looking at everybody's comments. I appreciate everyone in here. Roadmaster, Kendall Johnson, Rocky Jones, Roadmaster, Trap. I think it's Trap, Corey, Earl Locklear, again, Kendall, Julian. Appreciate everyone in here. So, yeah. But anyways, so yeah, again, this is one of the, and Patrick Mahomes, again, like I said, is coming off one of his sloppiest games in memory, right? If we go look at his game, right here, let's go look at Patrick Mahomes against the Buffalo Bills. Let's go look at his stats against Buffalo. All right. Let's go see. Oh, trying to get to the Chiefs. Hold on. Okay. There he is against the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's zoom in a little bit. Or there he is. There's his stats. So this is Patrick Mahomes' stats versus the Buffalo Bills. 23 for 33, 196, 69.7%, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked twice, a rating of a 90. I mean, this guy really has not been that good this season. I mean, a 69.5 completion percentage, only averaging around 7 yards a pass, 15 touchdowns this season, 11 interceptions. This has to be the most interceptions he's thrown maybe in a season. I mean, he's got a 7th QBR. He's 79th with interceptions. He's 10th in the NFL for touchdowns and 12th in yards. So this has to be one of the tough seasons we've ever seen for Patrick Mahomes. Rock Jones says, "Go Gamecocks." They're sleeping on our team, Rock. They're sleeping on our team, man. They're sleeping on those Gamecocks, brother. They're sleeping on them. But anyways, so again, one of his sloppiest games. Do you think he's? And here's the thing: do y'all think that he's going to let that happen again? I don't think so. I think Mahomes doesn't. Mahomes normally does not just bounce back. He normally just detonates. And what I mean by that, he just goes off. Right? Where this Chiefs team isn't just about Mahomes, though. Like, I have to say this, like, their defense has been carrying this load this season, ranking them in the top 10 in points and yards allowed. Like, they've been suffocating. So if we go look at the Chiefs defense, let's use PFF because that'll tell us their ranking based off of let's go look at this. So let's look at their ranking. So here we are. They're 9-1, right? Points allowed, they're 8th. Okay. Points scored, 240, 14th in the nation. But here's their teams, right? Offense, defense, they're ranked 6th in the overall. Okay. So this defense has been carrying the load. They're ranking in the top 10 in points and yards allowed. So they've been suffocating opposing offenses with a combination of disciplined coverage, timely pressure by Chris Jones and those guys. If there's a silver lining for Carolina, it's really only that Kansas City doesn't generate sacks or turnovers at an elite rate. But again, don't that fool you. This defense will punish you by putting pressure on you, making you fold like a cheap chin, make mistakes, right? Not necessarily sacks. It's just getting that pressure and making you feel overwhelmed, right? So again, and then you have Travis Kelce. He started out relatively quiet, right? He started out relatively quiet. That he comes back and he has been an absolute force. for the Kansas City Chiefs right now. But he started off quiet, but still has become that constant threat that for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like the Panthers will have to figure out how to limit him while also not losing track of Mahomes' ability to make some magic outside the pocket, because we're going to have to make sure that Patrick Mahomes is not using his feet. But that's damn near impossible because we've seen this team not do very well putting the pressure on the quarterback this season here in Carolina. Like DJ Wanum is going to have that New York Giants game to help out Jadeveon Clowney and those guys on the line. I'm going to need another game from Marshawn Robinson like the New York Giants. I'm going to need Josie Jewell and Trevor Wallace to fill those running hole gaps, right? We really need to put the pressure on Patrick Mahomes and force him to make turnovers. That's the biggest thing we're going to have to do in this game. Jadeveon Clowney and DJ Wanum are going to have to they're going to have to ball out. And Marshawn Robinson is going to have to be a disruptor. So we'll see. I got more on that later on this week. I'm going to do a full preview and prediction breakdown on tomorrow. So here are my keys to victory. I'm just going to give you that real quick. What the Panthers need to do. If the Panthers want to keep this competitive, and that's a big if, they need to execute perfectly in a few key areas. All right. You got to protect Bryce Young like your life depends on it. I know this offensive line has been consistent all year. But if they let Bryce get harassed all game, this could get ugly fast. Like the Chiefs pass rush isn't terrifying on paper, but their ability to confuse a young quarterback is where they thrive the most. Like if Bryce doesn't get time to throw, Carolina might as well wave the white flag. If we go look at their pass rush, let's go look at their lineup real quick. So they got Reed, Chanel, Bolton. Their linebackers are better than what their rankings are, I feel like. But McDuffie's a stud. Who do they have over here? Najee Johnson. They got George Karlaftis, Chris Jones, Tershawn Walton. I'm not too worried about him. Mike Dana is okay. He's been all right this year. But, dude, Leah Chanel is a stud. Nick Bolton's a stud as well. I think Trent Quells even is pretty damn good too. And they're all pretty young. I mean, drafted 2019. So they got a young defense. Of course, Justin Reed. We all know about Justin. Who they got back here? Brian Cook. I've never heard of this guy. Good Lord. Brian Cook. I never heard of him. That's crazy. Offensive line. Okay. I was just looking at their Hopkins has gotten better. Kelsey's gotten better. Smith, Thuney. I mean, you're going to have to bring pressure on the outside. It's going to be tough going on the inside with a left guard, right guard like these guys and Humphreys right there. I mean, that's absolutely tough. But for our offensive line, you're going to have to handle Joe. That right-hand side is going to have to defend up against Jones and Karlaftis. That's the biggest thing there, is protecting Bryce on that right-hand side. Yeah. You're gonna have to hit the run. I think you gotta run. I mean, obviously you can't run every play, but definitely you need to lean on the run game. I think they're gonna lean heavily on this run game. And especially when you've got Jonathan Brooks coming back, it's huge. All right. So protecting Bryce, when you look at this team, when you look at this offense, Hopkins is on the back end of his career, but Worthy is who worries me the most with that speed. You're going to have a safety coming over the top to help out Mike Jackson if he's on Xavier Worthy and JC Horns on Hopkins. Like, I don't know what side of the field Evero's going to have JC on. Hopefully he finally starts transitioning them with these guys. But the Chiefs defense tightens up as the game goes on. They're only allowing just like 8 points per game in the second half. So if the Panthers fall behind early, they're going to be forced to throw into the defense that excels when it knows what's coming. You got to put up points on the board early, or this could go spiral out of control. And another thing for me is avoid dumb mistakes like turnovers and drive killers and drive penalties are drive killers. Like missing blocks, any of those could be just the kiss of death against the Kansas City Chiefs. You have to play almost perfect football. Like the Chiefs feast on other teams' screw ups, and giving the extra opportunities is a recipe for disaster. So the Panthers are going to have to play their cleanest game of the season. And another thing, you cannot let this man wreck you. I don't know who's going to be in coverage with this guy. These are just my keys to victory, ladies and gentlemen. These are my keys to victory, but you cannot let this guy. You cannot let this guy wreck you. There is no stopping Travis Kelce. If the Panthers can at least make life difficult for that guy, you have a chance in this game, I feel like. You'll stand a better chance. But this means physically cover and discipline play from our linebackers and safeties. If Kelce goes off, it's a game over. I want Damani Richardson in this game starting over Jordan Fuller. I do not want Jordan Fuller on the field. Can I please, Ejiro Evero, please start Damani Richardson? He's better. He's an undrafted free agent that is better than Jordan Fuller right now. We've seen it. The games he played. Ejiro Evero, please put Damani Richardson in for the love of God. And another thing is, when we look at this lot, when we got to talk about, of course, Patrick Mahomes. Pray Mahomes has a day off. Pray that he has an off day in this game. Let's be real. Patrick Mahomes is on. There's nothing the Carolina Panthers can do to stop him. Their best hope is that he has another uncharacteristically sloppy performance like the last week. And fingers crossed on that. All right. Fingers crossed on that. But if we go over to us, we got in the lineup here. Here's the thing with Bryce. What's on the line for this kid? Right? What's on the line for Bryce? This is just not another game for Bryce Young, I think. I'm going to give him some leeway, but this is a chance for him to shine and show that potential. A strong showing against one of the league's elite teams would be a huge step forward, even if it doesn't result in a win. It would prove he can hang with the NFL's best and give fans a reason to believe in the Panthers' long-term plan with him. If Bryce struggles, let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very real possibility. It's only going to add fuel to the fire of those questioning whether Carolina made the right pick. And again, I still don't think he is the right pick. I still don't believe in this kid, that he is the future of this franchise. And the bus chatter for me is already out the window. I already think he is a bust. But I'm trying to give this kid a benefit of doubt still because I want him to succeed. I want him to be my franchise guys because of what we gave up for him. It has nothing to do as a fan favorite or a fan of Bryce Young or I was a fan of Alabama. I'm not even a fan of Alabama. I'm a Carolina Gamecock. All right. But the buzz chatter has already been simmering and another tough outing could turn up the heat. That's all I'm saying. For this kid, I'm not necessarily saying that he needs to go out there and win this game. I'm not necessarily saying he has to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, but he has to go out there and perform and show that he can hang among the elite. That's all I'm saying in this game. Again, everyone loves a good underdog story. Okay. I think everyone loves a good underdog story. And this is a good underdog story, I think. But let's not kid ourselves. Like the Panthers, we're walking into a buzzsaw. And the odds of them pulling off an upset are about as slim as winning the lottery, in my opinion. This game doesn't have to be a total disaster. Bryce can show poise, make a few plays, avoid catastrophic mistakes. It'll be a step in the right direction, even if we lose this game. Like, if we go out there and lose this game 34-21 or 34-27 or 35-17 or 31-17, something like that. And we go out there and we show some fight. Bryce Young goes out there, like I said, shows some poise, makes a few good plays, avoid catastrophic mistakes. It's a step in the right direction. I know I hate saying that because we are stuck in mediocrity purgatory because that's what this is. But that doesn't mean that we can't, there isn't some positivity that we can get out of this. Like I said, it'll be a step in the right direction if it's competitive enough. Even if it's competitive enough. Even if it's competitive enough. Let's get to some comments real quick. Let's see here. If our defense keeps us close, then we got a chance with Chuba and Brooks. Yeah, we definitely have a chance with Chuba and Brooks. Rock. I mean, I think that's one of the key to victory or for us to even be competitive in this game is you got to have to lean heavy on the run game. Like you're going to have to lean heavy on both of the running backs. I mean, you look at our offense and defensive rankings in PFF, like, again, like here's the thing, guys. Like we're definitely gonna have to lean on the run game. Like there is no question about that. Lean heavily on the run game. All right, lean heavily on this run game. That's definitely one of the keys to victory. Take some pressure off the Bryce. Hopefully that Jonathan Brooks can open up some of that in the pass game because, we've seen him be so explosive. I'm hoping to see some of that explosiveness that he brought, that we saw in his Texas highlights. Hopefully he brings some of that in this game, right? Rock Jones, we can't stop the run in this 3-4. Now, we cannot stop the run in this 3-4 defense. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how this defense can continue this, at least this progress we've seen in the past couple of weeks, the past two games, right? I would even say against the Denver game, but I mean, We really saw a better step up against the Saints. We saw a better a defense against the Giants as well. So besides the fact that Evero, for some reason at the end of that game, thought it was a good idea to have soft coverage, but you didn't want to give up the big play to Daniel Jones. Made no sense to me. I mean, Evero is gotta go. Gotta go. Our strength is running the ball. Chiefs' strength is stopping the run, and Pacheco's back, and we can't stop the run. Also, Chiefs are mad they just lost. Yep. Yeah. Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. If you got them in your fantasy league this for Sunday, you probably want to start both of them. I can see Pacheco being a third down back, and I could see them using Kareem Hunt still on first and second downs to pound the rock. So that's just me, though. I think our O line will beat the Kansas City D line. Then it very well could. I think Carolina's offensive line is again, we know it's top 5. We've seen it at week in and week out, finishing the top 5, top 10 lowest pressure rates each and every week. It very well could, but you're going up against Chris Jones and Carl Loftus, who seems to be having a decent year. So you're telling me we got a chance. Maybe we shock the world. I think we have a snowball chances in hell, honestly. Right? Do that again. Rock to this statement here. I mean, the Panthers have a snowball chance in hell. Okay. Like I said, Bryce Young. To me, if they Carolina, if they want to make it interesting, here's what has to happen. Like Bryce Young needs to have the game of his life, right? To solidify that legacy. Like if the offensive line is going to have to keep Chris Jones out of the backfield, the defense is going to need 2 to 3, maybe 5 turnovers. And we're going to have to hope that Andy Reid has a bad batch of barbecue or a bad cheeseburger, and he's calling plays from the bathroom, right? Like that's what we're going to need to hope to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Our only chance if the Chiefs were undefeated still and overlooked us. Again, that's what I was saying. I think it's bad timing for the Carolina Panthers to play the Kansas City Chiefs because we're coming off a bye. They're coming off their first loss of the season. They're pissed off. They're looking to bounce back as they're trying to, go and three-peat for a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I think our O-line will control that D-line. That's one of the matchups I'm looking forward to see how Robert Hunt. The problem is with that, Corey. Let me pull up Twitter real quick. I've been dealing with a cold since like Tuesday. Let me pull up Twitter real quick because I want to look at some. Trying to see something here. It was something I saved. Oh, here we go. So here's an update for today. Because the reason why I wanted to share this is because here's an update for today for the injuries. Let me zoom in on that for you guys. All right, so here's your injury participation right now. And let me move myself real quick. So here is y'all's injury report right now. Did not participate. You got Miles Sanders. That ankle still right. You got Amari Barno back, but he hasn't played all season long. He hasn't even been back at practice, I don't think, all season. You got Taylor Moton out, or did not participate, but it seems like he's got it seems like he's just resting. It must have been like a Veterans Day, like a veteran day for him. Jadeveon Clowney knee. limited. Ike Ekwonu, ankle, limited. You got JC Horn, calf, limited. But it sounds like JC Horn's probably going to play based off of what Evero said recently. Adam Thielen's hamstring. It sounds like he's going to be playing based off his press conference the other day. Xavier Woods shoulder. I haven't heard an update on that yet. DJ Johnson concussion. If he's still in concussion protocol, he won't play. Now we've got DJ Wanham with a quad, but I've heard that he's probably still going to play. A lot of these guys limited, I think, or most of them are going to play. Jonathan Brooks with full participant. Ashawn Robinson, full participant, says rest, and LeBron Rayhan was it. So that was like the most up to date, at least from today, from Mike K. That's from the injury participation so far. Just wanted to go over that with you guys real quick. Let's see what else we got. I'm gonna get to some more comments here. Where were we at? Where did we leave off at? If ever switches to press man versus that BS umbrella coverage, we can lock down anybody. It'll be. I think you have to run man press, Roadmaster, against the Kansas City Chiefs. If you want to make sure you don't get killed over the top, you put a safety over the top, like Mike Jackson, and your corners help out. Xavier Worthy can't beat you. I mean, that's what you have to do with Miami. Like, you got to run man press against Miami. You have a better chance of slowing this offense down if you run man press. Yeah. Steve Spags defense can take us right back to week 2. Actually, I felt bad for Bryce. It looked like he wanted to cry. Hopefully that is not the case, but again, it could be. We're going to beat the Chiefs, or it's going to be close. Marcos Cash is feeling optimistic. Marcos. Marcos, this was not you last year. What has changed, Marcos? What has changed? Yeah, if the Bills didn't convert that 4th and 2, Mahomes would have come back and won. Yeah, you might have. Man, I hope we're gelling as a team. We're ready to compete, and just maybe the football gods bless us. I think this team's gelling. The problem is the timing. It's just like I said that. You're coming off of a bye, and you're playing a team that's pissed off because they just lost their first game. If we were playing the Kansas City Chiefs and they haven't lost a game all season, I would have said this is a trap game, but I just don't feel like it is now at this point. It's Thursday, my guy. Yes, it is. Thank God. Tomorrow's Friday. Go Gamecocks. Yes, sir, Drock. Mahomes out there crying about needing weapons, and Bryce might whoop him Sunday. I hope that is the case, Roadmaster. I just don't see it. We'll break more. We're going to do my preview and prediction tomorrow, but I just wanted to talk about how this game can affect Bryce Young as our quarterback. So they won't put 7 SEC teams in the playoffs, but nobody wants to play the Gamecocks right now. See you soon, Cody. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking. Looking forward to that Clemson game for sure. I'm hoping for the best and expecting the worst, but I think we put up a fight. I mean, I'm right there with you, Forest City Kitty. Let's face it, our win over the Saints was smoke and mirrors. First time in 275 times where a team put up the stats the Saints did and lost. Rock Jones says Clemson. Rock Jones, Clemson does. Go Tigers. Oh, God. Forest City Kitty is a Clemson fan. Might have to get him out of the chat. I'm just kidding. I've been preaching sack numbers are overrated. Defensive and outside linebackers' main job is contained. Roadmaster, I'll tell you this. A wise man once told me what was it? An elite pass rush can make a average corner room look elite. So I'm just saying. It's more than containing, I think, my friend. You got to put pressure, and you got to get to the quarterback. That's how you win football games. That's how you cause mistakes. That's how you create turnovers. stopping the run definitely helps, and containing and all that helps. But to really turn it around, that's where it all starts for me. Building the trenches up too, for sure. So they have to run. Yep. Chiefs have a suspect left tackle, so Wonnum may have a day. We'll see. Chuba will be open. Will open the pass game. Hopefully, Brooks can open it up even more for sure. How's it going tonight, Clay? Good, man. Just hanging out with you guys. I've got the Pittsburgh game on. Talking to you guys. Lomax comes in, says hit that like button. I appreciate that, Lomax. I hate preparing for an ass whooping. I hope we put up points. That's all I can ask for at this point, for sure. For sure. By the way, I did some math so to see if we can make the playoffs, even if we go 5-2, sweeping 3 division teams games, all the Falcons need to do is win 2. Then we could still lose the opponent tiebreaker. I'm not surprised by that. We're not making the playoffs though. Oh man, Forest City Kitty. I liked you before, man, but now I don't know. It's a questionable call. Best chance we have of winning is against Dallas. I think Dallas is the interesting game. I think we could sneak one against Tampa Bay, and I think we could probably sneak one at the end of the year. That's the only one I see Flame for Jesus. I think we sneak one at the end of the year, maybe sneak one over Tampa Bay and Dallas. And then maybe we be playoff spoilers and we fuck up the Falcons seeding. I don't know at the end of the year. Could be something like that. This game is not that good. No, it's not a good game. Their backup QB is better than Bryce, though. The Chiefs backup or the Steelers backup? If we destroy Dallas, I will be so happy. Oh yeah, I would be happy too. If we can have a losing season, still make playoffs. If we win our division games, no, we can't have a losing season and still make the playoffs. If we win our division games, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. I don't see us winning more than 4-4. Well, we'll see. I still predict 6-11. I still predict 6-11. I see a win against Tampa at home. I see a win against Dallas, and then we pull a win either by beating the Falcons at the end of the year. Those are the last 3 games I see us winning. We go 6-11. I predicted that the other day. I think I predicted that on Monday. I think something like that with you guys. So, well, guys, this one's just going to be a short live tonight. Tomorrow night, it's going to be a little bit longer. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so that you don't miss out on new content. Appreciate everyone. Let's see if Bryce can pull that legacy. Let's see if he can solidify his legacy, because this is a game that can solidify his legacy. If not, then hopefully it's just progress and it's a step in the right direction. And if not, then it's just back to square one, where we're going to be looking at the drafting a quarterback or trying to trade for Justin Fields, it seems like. So, again, appreciate everyone joining this live stream. Again, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit that subscribe button as always. Make sure you click that push notification bell so you don't miss any new content. Of course, as always, make sure you become a member today. That also helps to support the channel. Got my week 12 picks and predictions up in the shorts video, so make sure you go check that out. Hit the like button. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. I'm out of here. Keep pounded. Peace.